welcome everyone. I'm Anisha. So today, in this chapter we are going to learn about rural livelihoods. And this is the 8th chapter of your civics, classic civics, social and political life 1. Okay, until now what we have learned is that in the first chapter we have learned about many kind of diversities. They are there in our life because there are different kinds of people, different kinds of language, because of which there are different kinds of cultures that prevails in our country, that is in India, isn't it? And we have also explored about how living in different region has an effect on the work people do, the geographical region. If they are in the mountain region, the kind of work, the kind of plants, the kind of the roads, everything is different as compared with the coastal areas or as compared with the plain areas, isn't it? So, and in before this in the previous chapter we have seen about the urban administration, and before that we have seen about the rural administration as well, isn't it, how it works. So here in this chapter, how these people actually live. Okay, how these people of village area, rural means the village area, isn't it? So how the people of the village area actually live their life, how they earn, what are the works, what are the major works that they used to do. And through some stories which are given here in this chapter, we are also going to understand about a landless farmer or a small farmer, or about a big farmer. Okay, so in this story we are going to see how people lived in village, what they do to earn, and what are the hardships they are facing. Okay, so in this chapter look at the different ways in which people earn their livings in the villages. And here too, at the first 2 chapters, we will examine whether people have equal opportunities to earn a living. See, and we are also going to examine, okay, whether people have an equal opportunity. Remember in the previous chapter, in the the first and second chapter, we have seen that there is despite of diversity, equality is been given, isn't it? And there is a provision in the Indian Constitution also, equality of opportunity is been given. So whether are they really having this equality of opportunity in order to earn a living, we are going to examine about that. Okay, and also we are going to look at the similarities in the life situation and the problems they face. So through 2 stories, basically two to 3 story, we are going to observe about the similarity and the difficulty which they faced, okay, which the villagers faced in order to earn for their livelihood. So see, in this picture you can see different peoples are engaged in different kinds of work. So here in this chapter we are going to learn about a village, that is Kalpatu. Okay, Kalpatu village, which is in the Tamil Nadu, okay, which is in the Tamil Nadu, one of the village in Tamil Nadu, and that is near the sea coast. And as you know, near the sea coast, what will happen? As they are near the sea, fishing will also be there, fishing activities will also be there. So we are going to see about that as well. Okay, we are going to learn about that as well in this chapter. So see, here you can see different kind of people engaging. He is selling vegetables, isn't it? They are fishing over here, and he is farming, isn't it? She is planting trees. Here she is collecting fruits, isn't it? So you can see different types of things are being done. Here he is having a shop, isn't it? Here they are working as laborers. Here he is also working, isn't it, as a mistri, you can say. So let us see first about the Kalpatu village. See, first in this topic about this Kalpatu village, we are going to see about the broad outlook of the village regarding the occupation, what they are doing. Okay, here will be a broad outlook. So let us see. Kalpatu is a village that's close to the sea coast in Tamil Nadu. See, what is sea coast? See, this is the southern part of our India, isn't it? So here Tamil Nadu is over here, isn't it? So here this village is also from here, and this here it is the sea, isn't it? Which is there? You comment down. Okay, you comment down in the comment section which sea is over here, which sea is there. So here this village is near the sea coast, so that is why their living will be again little different from the villages you will find in the North India or in the Northeast India or in the Northern India. Okay, so here, and people here do many kinds of work, as we have seen from the pictures also, isn't it? And let us see what are the different kinds of work that they are doing. Just a broad overview is been given over here. Okay, so as in other villages, here too there is non-farm work such as making baskets, utensils, pots, bricks, bullock carts, etc. So apart from farming, see what comes into our mind is that whenever we talked about village, the first thing that comes into our mind is that okay, villages, they might be farming, they are agriculturists, isn't it? They are farmers. But apart from farming also, they are engaged in various non-farming activities as well. Okay, many of the people, they are engaged in non-farming activities and earn their livelihood as well. But yes, 80% of the villagers are all farmers. There are people who provide services such as blacksmiths, there nurses are there, teachers are also there, very important, isn't it? Washermen are there, weavers are there, barbers are there, cycle repair machines are there, and so on. So they are all non-farming activities. So these are all needed, isn't it, in our day-to-day life. We need blacksmith, we need nurse whenever we are fall ill, and we need teachers, isn't it, to learn. We need washermen as well, and we need weavers. So all these activities are also been done. Okay, these works are also been done by the village people, and there are also some shopkeepers and traders as well. And in the main street, which looks like a bazaar, see, in their main street, you easily find, isn't it, there used to be a main street, and there used to be a small market, and small shops and tea shops are used to be there. So just like that, you will find a bazaar. We find a variety of small shops such as a tea shop, grocery shop, barber shop, cloth shop, a tailor, and 2 fertilizers and seed shops. So in village, a seed shop is fertilizers and seed shops where you will find very commonly, because this is what majority of the people are doing, isn't it? Farming is there, so these things are needed. And there are 4 tea shops which sells tiffin. So there are again 4 tea shops as well which sells tiffin such as idli, dosa, upma. It is dosa, I think. I don't know why they've written dosa. Dosa and upma in the morning, and snacks like morning and snacks like vadai, bonda, and Mysore pak in the evening. So you will find variety of things over there. Okay, eating things. See, why idli, sambar, dosa? Because we are learning about a village which is situated in Tamil Nadu, and it is in the South India. Their food habits are again different, isn't it? So near the tea shops in a corner lives a blacksmith family whose home serves as their workshop. Next to their home is a cycle hire and a repair shop, and 2 families earn a living by washing clothes. So these are examples, okay, of non-farm activities as well. So there are some people who go to the nearby town to work as a construction workers as well, and lorry drivers. And the village is surrounded by a low hills. Paddy is the main crop. See, paddy means rice cultivation. Okay, rice cultivation. Why? Because there are lots of water, and it used to be rain. It rains very regularly also, and in order to cultivate rice, you need lots of water, isn't it? So paddy is the main crop that is grown in irrigated lands. Most of the families earn a living through agriculture. But apart from the non-farmer activities which we have seen, most of the family earn through farmings. Okay, through agriculture. And there are some coconut groups around, and cotton, sugarcane, and plantain are also grown, and there are mango orchards. So there are mango orchards means gardens of mangoes, isn't it? So let us now meet some people who works in the field of Kalpatu and see what we can learn about farming from them. See, this was the broad outlook about the type of works which are being done by the peoples of the Kalpatu village in order to earn money. So here some stories are given. First we are going to see a story about a woman, that is Thulasi. Okay, so through this woman we are going to learn not only about Thulasi, about the other persons also who are landless laborers. Okay, who are landless farmers, how they are earning and how hard is their life, what kind of difficulty they faced. Okay, so all of us here work on Ramalingam's land. So this Ramalingam, he is a big farmer. Okay, we will learn about him also in our later chapter. Okay, he is a rich and big farmer, and he has 20 acres land. See, he has 20 acres land. That is huge, isn't it? Of paddy fields in Kalpatu. Even before I was married, I used to work on paddy fields in my parental village. So I worked from 8:30 in the morning till 4:30 in the evening, and Karuthamma, Ramalingam's wife, supervises us. So This Thulasi, she works on the paddy field of Ramalingams, and his wife used to supervise them, and she was working there working in a paddy field in her parental village in a paddy field since she was child also. And whenever they work, they start their work from 8:30 in the morning till 4:30. See, these very long hours of work, isn't it? And before 8:30 they have to cook, they have to do everything as well, isn't it? And after 4:30 again they'll be going and searching firewoods. So this is one of the few times in the year that I find regular work. See, again, when you are engaged in agriculture, when you are farmers, especially landless farmers, they don't find works all round year. Okay, on some months, only during some months they are going to find work, because whenever you are working in a paddy field, throughout the year you will not find works. We are going to examine that as well. Okay, now I am transplanting the paddy, and when the plants have grown a bit, Ramalingams will call us again for weeding, and then finally once again for the harvesting. So now they are transplanting, they have grown the paddy and they are transplanting that. Okay, here in the picture you can see, like this is how they used to transplant here. See, isn't it? They are transplanting, and see the way they are doing, they are bending and doing, isn't it? Bending. So what we can imagine, they might be having a severe back pain also, isn't it, because of this. So whole day, that is from morning of 8:30 till 4:30, they are going to work like that, bending and working. So it might be difficult for them as well, and they are going to call them during this cultivation and again for weeding, like to take out some unwanted grass from this paddy field, isn't it? And again finally during the time of harvesting. So when I was young, I could do this work with no difficulty. So Thulasi is saying that when she was young, she used to do this work with no difficulties at all. And why no difficulties? Because she is now grown up, she is adult, and she started facing difficulties. But now as I grow older, I found bending for long hours with my feet in the water very painful. See, Ramalingam pays ₹40 per day. See, and the charge is only ₹40, and for ₹40 she is working since 8:30 to 4:30. This is little less than what laborers get in my home village, but I come here because I can depend on him to call me whenever there is work. She knew that it is a lesser amount, but she's just accepting it because she knew that other time when Ramalingams will need work, he will not call others laborers. He will call only Thulasis and other laborers as well, but including Thulasis as well. So that is why she just agreed to work for ₹40 per day. Unlike other, he does not go looking for cheaper laborers from other villages. So this is the reason why she is working. Ramalingams also, despite his rich, he seems to be a good person because he don't go for looking for more cheaper laborers. So my village Raman is, my husband. Okay, my husband Raman is also a laborer. So her husband is also a laborer. We don't own any land. See, they are landless. Okay, during this time of the year, he spray pesticides. So what his husband is doing, he used to spray pesticides in the field. Okay, and when there is no work on the farm, he finds work outside. So whenever there is no work, he will find work outside, like either loading sand from the rivers or stone from the quarry nearby. This is sent by truck to be used in nearby towns to make houses. So apart from farming, and when they are not engaged in farming, what they used to do, what her husband used to do, he used to find some other works, that is also like loading sands from the river, stone, and also quarrying stones from the river nearby, and these are being sent by the towns. Okay, this work are being sent by the nearby towns to make houses. Apart from working on the land, I do all the tasks at home. See, apart from working, 8:30 in the morning she'll be going, isn't it? Again, apart from that, before she have to do everything, I cook food for my family, clean the house, and wash clothes. I go with other women to nearby forest to collect firewood as well. See, why they are collecting firewood? Because they are poor and they cannot always afford gas to cook, isn't it? So they are dependent on firewoods, and they used to cook food on it. About 1 kilometer away, we have a village borewell from where we fetch water. Again, fetching water is also like, it doesn't come in there at home. They don't have any tap facilities like we do, isn't it? They used to go and they used to fetch water around 1 kilometer away. And my husband helps in getting materials such as groceries for the house. And our school going daughters are the joy of our lives. Last year one of them fell ill and had to be taken to the hospital in town. We had to sell our cow to pay back the money we borrowed from Ramalingams for her treatment. See, when their daughter fell ill, they have to sell their cow also, because in order to repay the amount, okay, in order to repay the amount to Ramalingams, they don't have any other things, as they are landless laborers as well, landless farmer, they have to sell their cow. So how, like, they are very poor, isn't it? And this is not only the story of Thulasi, this is the story of all the landless farmers who are in the village. See here, in through this figure you can say that during this month, see, January, February, March, April, May, they don't have any works, isn't it? They don't have any works. It is only during this season, during after the monsoon season, isn't it, like June, July, August, they are having this farming works, farming activities work. They used to get work only these during this day, and but during these days also they have to eat, isn't it? They have to survive and eat. So that is why they used to that is why she mentioned that they don't get work throughout the year. So other months they used to find hardships, and her husband used to go and do other laborer works, isn't it? Labor works. So this is and this was the story of Thulasa, isn't it? So as you saw in Thulasa's story, poor families in rural areas often spend a lot of time every day collecting firewood, getting water and grazing their cattle. See what we have seen here, isn't it? She is from a poor family, landless family. So this is not only her story, this is all about all the persons in the village, isn't it, who are poor. And even they do not earn money from these activities, they have to do them for the household. So they do not earn money to go and collecting firewoods or fetching water or grazing their cattle, isn't it? But they have to do. Why? In order to run their household. The family needs to spend time doing these, as they are not able to survive on little money they earn. Nearly 2/5 of all rural families are agricultural laborers in our country. See, 2/5 of all the rural families are agricultural laborers, and which are landless. And there are some who have small plots of land, while others like Thulasa are landless. So one more story here we are going to see about Sekar, where he owns a small plot of land, but he is not that rich, okay, because after owning land also he is not that rich, and they always remains in debt. So not being able to earn money throughout the year forces people in the many rural areas to travel long distance in search of work. This travel or migration takes place during particular season. See, there is a season that is starting from January till May. They don't have any kinds of works, isn't it? So during that time, while facing so many hardships, many of them also decides to go to nearby cities or nearby towns to earn money, and they used to migrate. And because of this reason, migration happens, isn't it, from village to town, urban areas. So now let us see about the story of Sekar. So about Sekar we are going to see now. So Sekar, we have to carry this paddy to our house. See here in the picture, they are carrying paddy. Okay, my family has just finished harvesting our field. Wait a second. Okay, we don't own much land, only 2 acres. See, they own only 2 acres. Sekar own only 2 acres. We managed to do all the works on our own. At times, especially during the harvest, I take help of other small farmers and in turn help them harvest their field. See, as he was not a very big farmer, when during the harvesting time, like, they used to help one another. Okay, and so some of his friend who are also own some small amount of small acres of land, they used to come and help him during harvesting, and again he also used to go and help them. Okay, so this is the story of some small farmers who owns little amount of little acres of land, not amount, little acres of land. So the trader gave me seeds and fertilizers as a loan. See, again, to for seeds and fertilizers also they don't have money, they have to take as a loan, isn't it? To pay back these loan, I have to sell my paddy to him at a somewhat lower price than what I would get in the market. So in order to repay the loan back again, he have to, not only he, the other small farmers like him, okay, they have to sell his paddy, that is rice, grown rice, isn't, to him in a lower price. And he knew that if he sell those in the market, he will get a little higher amount of money. But because of this loan, what he don't have any other option to sell his paddy to these traders only. So he has sent his agent to remind farmers who have taken loans that they will sell the paddy only to him. Again, this trader, okay, this trader, they used to send their men also to remind him, to their agents, to remind the farmers that whoever have taken loans from them, they have to sell the paddy only to him, and they are going to buy it in a very lower price. Okay, this is how this, you can see here, exploitation, a kind of exploitation is been done over here, isn't it? Exploitation. So I will probably get 60 bags of paddy from my field, and some of these I will sell to settle the loan, and the rest will be used in my home. But whatever I have will last only 8 months. See, again 8 months. What about the 4 months? So I need to earn some money. I will works in, again, this Ramalingam. He is a big farmer, isn't it? Ramalingam's rice mill. He have a rice mill as well. So these Ramalingams. Okay, here I helped him collect paddy from other farmers in the neighboring villages. So apart from farming, in despite of having his own land, he also works in Ramalingam's rice mill during the off season, during this four season where he don't have much to eat. So we also have a hybrid cow. They also have a hybrid cow whose milk we sell in the local milk cooperative. This way we get little extra money for our daily needs. So they have a cattle as well. Okay, they have a hybrid cow as well. So and they used to sell, and hybrid cow used to give a larger amount of milk as compared to the local cow, isn't it? So that is why they earn little amount of money, little extra money for their everyday needs from here. But in case of Thulasi, you see, they don't have, they are very poor, isn't it, as compared to this Sekar. So this story Sekar, this is the story of about such small farmers in the village. Okay, so let us see next on being in debt. As we have read above, very often farmers like Sekar need to borrow money to purchase basic things like seeds, fertilizers and pesticides. Often they borrow this money from the money lenders, and if the seeds are not of good quality or pests attack their crops, there can be a major crop failure. See, again, there is one more problem over here, isn't it? If the crops doesn't grow well, and if their crops are being attacked by a major insects, then what will happen? Then if they don't produce good quality of seeds, and if the seeds are not of good quality, and if pests attack their crop, then major crop failure will be there. And what will happen? He will not be able to repay back his debt. Otherwise, when the crops are grown well, he used to pay his debt by selling those paddy to the money lenders, isn't it? And remaining 60 bags, like as he have mentioned, he will be selling as well as eating for about 8 months. In case all the crops fail, what will happen? They will be in debt, and that will create more serious problem, isn't it? The crop can also be ruined in the monsoons does not bring enough rain. See, in case if during the monsoon, if there is no enough rain, because in order to grow a paddy field, rice field, what you have to do? You need more amount of water. But in case it fail, if there is no rain, then again they will face problem. So when this happens, farmers sometimes are unable to pay back their loans. See, this is the problem, isn't it? And for the family to survive, they may even have to borrow more money. In order to see, you have to eat, isn't it, in order to survive? So they will be borrowing more money. And soon the loan becomes so large that no matter what they earn, they are unable to repay. So now they are trapped in this circle of debt, isn't it? Because they are not able to repay back if their crops fail. If their crops work, if they have a good amount of produced a good amount of crop production, then they will not have such problem. But they face such problem because you cannot predict the rain, isn't it? You cannot predict the rain, and in case if they don't have any good quality seeds, they will again face the problem. So in this way they are trapped in the circle of debt, and this is when we can say that are caught in debt. In recent years, this has become a major cause of distress among farmers. In some areas, this has also resulted in many farmers committing suicide. So it becomes a very serious thing, isn't it? Because as they are continuously in stress, they don't know how to repay back the loan. They have to survive. They have to make more money in order to live, isn't it? They have to feed their family. So thinking about all this depression, and moreover in India, if they have a daughter, again while marrying their daughter, they have to give a handsome amount of money as a dowry, isn't it? So thinking about all these things, all these tensions, many of the farmers, we often hear that they used to commit suicide. So this is the reason, isn't it? This is the reason why they are committing suicide. So here you can see a picture of a paddy field, okay, transplanted paddy growing in a few of Ramalingam's 20 acre as a result of hard labor performed by agricultural works like Thulasi. So they are the one who are transplanting this, isn't it, by bending from morning since evening. Okay. So now let us see about this Ramalingam. Okay, Ramalingam and Karuthamma. In addition to land, Ramalingam's family owns a rice mill as well and a shop selling seeds and pesticides. See, this Ramalingam is a big farmer and he is quite rich. He have a 20 acres of land. He also have a rice mill and also they have a shop which sells seeds and pesticides. So for the rice mill, they use some of their own money and also borrowed from the government bank. They buy paddy from within the village and from surrounding villages. The rice that is produced in the mill is sold to traders in nearby towns. This gives them a substantial income. So here see, they borrow money from government bank. This means in a lower rate of interest. When we borrow money from money lenders, the interest rate is high, isn't it? But here they are borrowing from government banks that will be in a lower rate of interest. So they are, and they have soaps also, and they used to buy paddy from within the village as well as from surrounding village, and they used to sell them, isn't it, to the traders nearby towns. So it gives them a handsome amount of money, isn't it? They have enough money. So in this way they become rich. So that is why also they says that rich are becoming richer and poor are becoming poorer, isn't it? And agricultural laborers and farmers in India. So now let us see about as a whole. That was about the Kalpatu village, isn't it? So now let us see as a whole. Okay. In Kalpatu village, there are agricultural laborers like Thulasi and many small farmers like Sekar, and now a few big farmers like Ramalingam. In India, nearly 2 out of every 5 rural families are agricultural laborers family, and all of them depend on the work they do on others people's field to earn a living. Many of them are landless and others may have very small amount of plots of land. So in India, very few of the farmers are rich, but majority of the farmers are landless laborers or farmers which possess a small amount of plot, and they used to earn their livelihood in that way. So in the case of small farmers like Sekar, their land is barely enough to meet their needs. And India, 80% of the farmers belong to this group. See, 80% of the farmers belong to this group, this Sekar group, isn't it? Only 20% of India's farmers are like Ramalingams. And these large farmers cultivate most of the land in the village. As they have a bigger amount of land, they cultivate most of the lands. And at large of their produce is sold in the markets. Many of them have started other business such as shops, money lending, trading, small factories as well. As they are becoming rich, isn't it? These big farmers like Ramalingams, they are becoming richer and richer. So apart from other things, they started joining other business also, like opening more bigger shops, again money lending, giving money to these small farmers like this Sekar, isn't it? And trading as well as and opening small factories as well. So this gives us an insight that only few person in India, only few people in India are rich, isn't it? And we have looked at farming in Kalpatu. Apart from farming, many people in rural areas depend upon collecting from the forest, animal husbandry, dairy produce, fishing, etc. So not only farming, okay, there are other non-farming activities as well. And here we are going to discuss about one farming activity, that is fishing. Okay. So for example, in some villages in central India, both farming and collection from the forest are important. Okay, let us see. Wait a minute. Let me minimize a little bit. I hope you have understood. You are understanding, isn't it? See, this is an insight. Okay, through this village, we can think about the other villages in India also. They are facing the same problem. Okay. So both farming and collection from the forest are important source of livelihoods. So collecting mahua, tendu leaves, honey to be sold to traders is an important source of additional income. So these are some of the additional incomes which they used to perform apart from farming. Okay. And similarly, selling milk to the village cooperative society of taking milk to the nearby town may be the main source of livelihood for some families. And in the coastal areas, which are nearby sea, isn't it? We find fishing villages, fishing village. Let us find out more about the lives of a fishing family by reading about Aruna and Paarivelan, who live in Puddupet, a village close to Kalpatu. So we are going to see about another village which is closer to Kalpatu, that is Puddupet. Okay, here we are going to see the life of a fisherman. Okay, we have seen the life of a farmers here, isn't it? A landless farmer and a small farmer, as well as the rich farmer. So let us now examine the life of a fisherman. Okay, fishermen, like how they used to earn their livelihoods, whether they also faced same kind of problem which the other farmers are facing. So not very far from Kalpatu is the village of Puddupet. People here earn their living by fishing. So their houses are close to sea, and one finds row of catamarans and nets lying around. At about 7 o'clock in the morning, there is a lot of activity in the beach. This is the time when the catamarans returns with their catch, and women gather to buy and sell fish. So see, this also started early in the morning. Okay, so they used to go and they used to catch fish, and at about 7 o'clock in the morning there is already a lot of activities, and these catamarans who are catching fish, they used to return and they used to sell their fish. So my husband's Paarivelan, my brother and my brother-in-law returned late today. So one of the women, she was worried. Okay, this Aruna was worried, and I was very worried. They go to the sea together in the catamaran, and they said they were caught in a storm. See, they used to go in a boat. See here in the picture also you can see here, isn't it? Here. And I have kept aside some fish for the family, and I will auction the red. See, so she have kept some of the fish for their family, and she is tell that some of and the remaining she is going to sell. Okay, she is going to auction. So the money I get from the auction will be divided into 4 shares, one each for each person who went fishing, and the 4th one is for the equipments. So for fishing also you need equipments, isn't it? So since we own the catamaran, the boat, isn't it, and engine and nets, we get that share too, as they have their own boats, they have engine as well and nets also. So the 4th share they used to get. And we have taken a loan from a bank and purchased an engine which is fixed on the catamaran. Now they can go far into the sea so that they can get a better catch. So this boat which they have an engine as well, means they are not going to sail through their hands only. It is an engine boat, so they can go little more better area for a better catch. And for that also they have taken loans. See here, they have loan, isn't it? They have taken loan from the bank. So the women who buy fish here will carry them in baskets to sold in the nearby village. Then there are some other traders like who will buy for the shops in the town. And I only finished this auction by noon. And in the evening my husband and our relatives will untangle and repair our nets. Early morning at around 2 a.m. because the activities started at around 7, isn't it, selling activities. So in order to sell they have to wake up early in the morning, and they used to wake up by 2 a.m. and they will set out to the sea again. See how hardly they are working, isn't it, for their livelihood. And every year for at least about 4 months during the monsoon they cannot go to the sea. See here also they cannot go all the 12 months. For about 4 months during the monsoon they cannot go. Why? Because this is when the fish breeds. This is the fish breeding season, so they cannot go during the monsoon. And during these months we survive by borrowing from the traders. Again here also same story, isn't it? Again they borrow from the traders. Because of this, later on we are forced to sell the fish to that trader. See, as they have also borrowed money from this trader, and because of that they are forced to sell fish to them. Why forced? Because this trader will take the fish in us lesser amount, isn't it? Lesser amount, and they cannot do their auctions. And those lean months are the most difficult. Last year we suffered a lot because of the tsunami, and during tsunami again the fishermen, it is not possible for them to go and to catch the fish, isn't it? So they used to suffer a lot whenever there used to be tsunami. So this was the life of a fisherman. So both the farmers and fishermen, they are having a same kind of life apart from their activity, isn't it? Like both of them, they used to borrow money from the traders, and they are forced to sell to the traders in lower rate, isn't it? And again, they are finding hardships during the tsunami and during the months when they are not able to go and fishing for catching fish. So we find similarity, isn't it? So rural livelihood. So now let us see about the rural livelihood. So we have examined about the farming as well as non-farming activities, isn't it? So now let us have a broad outlook as well. So people in rural areas earn their living in various ways. Some work on farms while other earns their living on non-farm activities. We have seen, isn't it? So working on farms involves operations such as preparing the land, sowing, weeding, and harvesting. So when you are working in the land, you have to do sowing, weeding, harvesting. These are some of the works that you need to do, isn't it? And we depend on nature for the growth of this crop. Why? Because they need water. Hence, life revolves around certain seasons. People are busy during sowing and harvesting and less so at other times. Rural peoples in different regions of the country grows different crops. So see, as we have seen that they don't have work throughout the years, isn't it? So they are busy only during the sowing and harvesting season, these farmers, isn't it? And they are not busy during the other months. And rural people of different regions, they grow different types of crops. And however, we do find similarities in their life situation and in the problems they face. But the kind of situation and the kind of problems they have, it is similar, isn't it? How people are able to survive or earn will depend upon the land that they cultivate, and many depend on this land for works as laborers also. And most farmers grow crops both for their own requirements and also to sell in the market. Small farmers, they grow for their own requirements as well as to sell in the markets. And some have to sell to the traders because they have money borrowed from them, isn't it? And whom they have borrowed money. So for their survival, many families need to borrow money for their works or when no work is available. So when there is no work, because in order they have to eat, isn't it? So in order to survive, what they will do, again they will borrow money from these traders, and this trader will always buy the paddies or the fish from them in a lower rates. So there are some families in the rural areas which thrive on a large acres of land, business and other activities like Ramalingams, as we have seen, isn't it? However, most small farmers, agricultural laborers, fishing families, craft person in the village do not find enough work to keep them employed throughout the year. So what we have seen is that throughout the year they don't find enough work, isn't it? There are some off season. For example, in farming there is an off season from January till May, and in case of fishing there is off season during monsoon, that is from June, July, isn't it? June, July, August, September, you can say. So during this season, what will happen? They have to, in order to eat food, in order to survive, they will again borrow money from the traders, and again they will be forced to sell their products to that trader in a lower rate, and because of that, again they will feel they will not earn much, and that is why they always remain poor. So this is how the village people, the rural peoples, earn their livelihood. So before this, see, we have completed your chapter, but in the box there is given one more thing which is given, that is about terrace farming in Nagaland. So let us quickly see that as well, okay, and we'll end up the chapter. So terrace farming in Nagaland. See, here you can see this terrace farming. See, and Nagaland is one of the northeast state, and in this northeast state this Nagaland is an area which is a mountain, okay, mountainous area. It is not a plain area. So that is why this kind of terrace farming is possible over here. So let us see. This is a village called Chijami, which is in the Fake district in Nagaland. The people of this village belong to Chakeshang community. They do terraced cultivation. This means that the land on a hill slope is made into flat plots and carved out in steps. See, in steps you can see here, isn't it? In steps it is there, and this is possible only in a hilly area, okay. And the sides of each of the plots are raised in order to retain water. See, because in order to do a paddy field you need water, isn't it? So here, that is for that reason they are raising each of the sides of the plots, and this allow water to stand in the field, which is best for rice cultivation. So the people of this Chimami have their own individual field. So most of them, they have their own individual field, but they also work collectively in others field as well, and they form groups of 6 or 8 and take an entire mountainside to clean the wheat on it, and each group eats together once their work for the day is over. This goes on for several days until the work is completed. So most of them, they have their own land over here in this Chijami village of Nagaland, which is in Fik district. Okay, and they also help one another. They will be working for in order to make this terrace farming. They will be working together in groups. Okay, and for several days they will be working on it until the work is completed. They will be helping each other and they will be working. So this was about the terrace farming in the Nagaland. So why they are doing terrace farming? Because it is a hilly region, and that is why it is possible. Otherwise in other parts of India it is plain, so it is not possible for them to do this terraced farming. So with this we have completed our chapter. Okay, I hope you have understood. So in our next chapter, next class, we will see about the urban livelihoods as well. Okay, like how people in the cities earn their money, isn't it? And here we have seen about the village. So now we will be seeing about the urban areas also. If you have any doubts, you can always ask in the comment section. Okay, and before you go, don't forget to like and subscribe my channel, and also share with your friends and family, and don't forget to hit the bell icon as well, so that you get the notifications and updates on time whenever I upload. Okay, and thank you for watching my video. See you again in the next class.